The most powerful technique in the anime, Naruto and Boruto. Many of you will say, the Infinite Tsukuyomi, or Omnipotence. But what if there is a more powerful technique, created by one of the strongest shinobi? Enjoy watching. When you hear someone talking about the strongest technique, it means something different to everyone. But let's go back a bit into the past, to the world of shinobi. There's Hashirama, capable of using the power of the Otsutsuki Shinjutsu. During the Fourth Great Ninja War, he even summoned the souls of the deceased from the afterlife. There's Kaguya, who created the Infinite Tsukuyomi. Powerful, very powerful. And if I ask you about the strongest shinobi, some will say Madara, Hashirama. For some, it's Naruto. For others, the ramen chef. But what is a shinobi in the world of Naruto? It's a person capable of completing a certain mission without losses, proficient in ninjutsu and taijutsu, and nothing else is required from a shinobi. That's why another designation appears, a genius. And how many geniuses do you know? Again, I hear your cries, Itachi, Madara, Minato, and many simply completely forget about the most brilliant shinobi, who rightfully can be considered both the strongest shinobi and the most genius of all, the creator of the Flying Thunder God and Edo Tensei techniques, Tobirama Senju, the foundation that allows creating something. For example, Kakashi's summoning technique. Just dogs. Ninja dogs. Let's raise the significance of this summoning. Or take something more dangerous, the summoning of frogs. Dangerous. It's no joke, as the one who possesses the summoning technique can ask their friend from another dimension to lend their power, help fight the enemy, and essentially, such a technique can already be considered powerful. But for a genius, this is just the basics. Tobirama noticed a very interesting pattern. No matter where the one you summon is, they will instantly cross any space and appear near you if you have a contract with them. Besides this, you gain another unique ability, reverse summoning, which allows you to bring yourself back from any battlefield. And what does Tobirama do? He sees this not as a powerful technique, but as a way to create something incredible. Why summon someone when you can summon yourself to something? Thus, the seal is created, Hiraishin, allowing the Second Hokage to summon himself to the seal he places. And it doesn't matter where this seal is located. Thanks to the summoning technique, you will instantly be near the seal. Observing an ordinary technique, Tobirama invents an interspatial jutsu capable of using reverse summoning. And the technique became incredibly dangerous, as the seal placed on the target never disappears. It can be applied to anything, and it will teleport you there in the blink of an eye, so much so that the enemy won't even be able to follow it. You can also teleport someone or something to the seal you need. Only this requires a lot of chakra. Tobirama, taking the summoning as a basis, connected points in space and created wormholes between them, and Minato, who inherited this technique, perfected it. But let's return to the Second Hokage and his genius. Creating teleportation, we could have stopped there. He already became much stronger than many shinobi, and if he had enough time to refine this technique, he would have become the strongest. But this was not enough for Tobirama. He had a goal not only to deal with enemies so quickly that no one would get hurt, but also to ensure that the living would not have to die in times of war, and not have to fight at all. Therefore, he invents a brilliant technique, again taking the summoning as a basis. Tobirama thought about the fact that since you conclude a contract through blood, why not conclude a one-sided contract and summon a soul? But a body is needed for the soul, and in the time Tobirama lived, this was not a problem. Therefore, the Second Hokage decides to use enemies for experiments. Taking the summoning as a basis and the flesh of comrades, he summons a soul from the afterlife, thereby creating one of the most powerful, possibly even the most powerful technique in the entire existence of Naruto and Boruto, and this is Edo Tensei. This power can summon any being from the afterlife. Essentially, if you find the genes of Hashirama himself, you can even summon him. Besides the fact that you can essentially revive anyone, this being becomes immortal. It cannot be destroyed, it has infinite chakra. The only possible way to stop such an enemy is to dispel the technique or seal them, but Tobirama realized that this was too inhumane and dangerous, especially in the time he lived, because if a summoned shinobi with an indestructible body gets out of control and uses the dispelling technique, it cannot be controlled or stopped. To prevent anyone from gaining such power, Tobirama stops using and improving it, but despite this, Orochimaru perfected it, and now, knowing that the Otsutsuki have souls, Edo Tensei can be used even on them, unless we are told that their souls go somewhere unknown. But as we were told, Edo Tensei can summon a soul, and it was not specified that it can only be from the afterlife. The only downside is that you can't summon a sealed soul, but Edo Tensei is one of the most powerful techniques, for which the basic summoning technique was used as a foundation. And if we look look now towards the anime Boruto, we have karma, which is an anchor holding the soul in the vessel. What does Edo Tensei do? It serves as an anchor holding the soul in the vessel, and Tobirama, in fact, found the foundation through which karma was created, creating an anchor and unpacking genes, summoning through space. Therefore, if you ask me what is the most powerful technique, I will answer without hesitation, the summoning technique, which became the basis for the strongest abilities. And if you ask who is the most genius of shinobi, it is Tobirama. If he were concerned with power, he would have recreated karma, he would have become a god. But he was only concerned with creating a world where there would be no need to fight. Therefore, his techniques reflect how much he didn't want others to die. He created Hiraishin to single-handedly, at incredible speed, destroy all enemies. He created Edo Tensei so that those who died could rise and protect their families, fighting in their stead. And when he realized that this was not enough, he created shadow cloning, which allows him to split into equal parts that would have the same experience, and after dispersing, transmit information to his brain. Shadow cloning perfectly reflects the fact that Tobirama wanted to single-handedly deal with numerous enemies. Out of love for his loved ones, he wanted to create something incredible. Therefore, this character is one of the kindest and most genius, and the most underrated of all. Now you know what the most powerful technique in the world of Naruto is, and who is the strongest character. I will be waiting for your opinions in the comments. Good luck to everyone.